A to the K.
A to the K.
A to the K.
The Rock versus Roman Reigns confirmed.
Is MJF done with the AEW?
Will we see Sasha Banks at the Royal Rumble, or will Mercedes Moné debut in AEW?
WWE want to work with more Japanese promotions?
Andrade El Idolo leaves AEW. Is he WWE bound?
WWE have filed a new trademark, Carl. Could it be the reveal of a new faction's name?
And Raw is Amazon. Anthony, when's all this coming up?
Right, freaking now.
Yes, it is. So let's kick off with some old clickbait, shall we? Well, what we did.
Who got the dress code wrong? Was it me or you?
Oh, yeah, about that.
I could have sworn you said smart.
Thought it was Casual Friday.
Ah, my bad.
Okay. So yeah, let's just dive straight in.
Dive straight in.
Dive straight into some fucking clip.
Fucking hell.
Roman Reigns and The Rock might be happening, mightn't it? So
I mean, I think we could safely take the might out of it. You know, when he's been like, "Oh, I'm gonna go for some food later. I don't know where I should sit. Should I sit at the bar?" I mean, it was kind of lame, but at the same time, he said the thing, Carl.
He did say the thing, and I think it would have been like, "Oh, he said the thing." It's not the first time he's teased that. It was in Young Rock and stuff. He's a little scamp.
That's different
Rock.
in the middle of a wrestling ring.
Well, yeah, there's that. But then if it wasn't for the fact that then on SmackDown, it's like, what do you make what The Rock said? What do you make what The Rock said? Paul, what do you make what The Rock said? And then do a big thing about it. Like, well,
true.
They're carrying it on, which makes you think, well, there's definitely something there then, isn't there?
Yeah.
And the plot now thickens because Roman is in a fatal four-way match at the Rumble. What a perfect way to lose the belt without being pinned. Are they going to really do this? Are we really going to have Roman lose the belt to Orton and then have Orton and Cody at Mania and have Rock and Roman not for the title at Mania? Because I kind of feel that's a bit of a slight on Roman if they do that, you know.
I mean, I'll be honest. As much as I want Rock versus Roman, I'd be really pissed off if they drop the belt that way. You can't have the longest reign like that and then go, actually, we're gonna have you never actually lose it technically.
Yeah, it'd be the shittest way for that to go, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It'd be like going, actually, we've just remembered that you have to defend it regularly, and since you haven't, we're just going to take it off you. It'd be like doing that. Like, that would be a lame way to lose the belt, which is why they've not fucking done it, even though they kind of sometimes impose that rule.
Yeah. It escapes me whether or not, because is he going to beat Hulk Hogan's run? Because that's the next one to go after, but I don't know whether that's even after Mania anyway. And I can't see him still with the belt after Mania again.
I mean, what if that's how he loses the belt? Is that Hogan out of nowhere just leg drops his ass? And you're like, all right.
A wild Goldberg appears, Anthony.
Yeah.
I want my retirement match.
Give me what I want. No, that's Batista.
I still think, though, so people are saying, no, it's a WrestleMania worthy match, which it is. It is probably bigger than Rock and Cena. Is it? No, maybe it's not bigger than Rock and Cena. It's similar to Rock and Cena.
It'll be Rock and Cena level.
There's more, it's the bloodline, isn't it? So
it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because
aspect.
Like for us, Rock and Cena is probably a bigger deal, but that's a generational thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Roman was the new guy, like when we were like that era of wrestling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll always class him as the new guy compared to like Rock and Cena.
True.
But the younger generation will probably have a bigger impact with Rock and Roman. So I would say it's on par. It's difficult for it to feel that way for us. You know?
Yeah. But I think there was rumours that the Australian government were basically saying, we'll give you loads of money if when you come over from the Elimination Chamber, you also bring The Rock. So, did we get it at Chamber? Or is it like, no, this match can only happen at Mania? Because good old JR thinks it's destined for Mania.
See, does it have to be a Mania match?
Well, these are the questions. Does it have to be at Mania? Does it have to be for the title? Shouldn't it be for the title? Because it's part-timer and part-timer.
From a business point of view, like, and this I don't run a wrestling company.
You kind of look like you do today. Just tell your pods and we'll call you shit.
So I'm sure you could like strips off me about my interpretation on this, but like Mania is such a big pay-per-view now that it's kind of sells itself. People know Mania is going to be a spectacle, so that they're going to sell tickets. And yeah, okay, some people are like, oh, The Rock's going to be there, definitely buying a ticket, but they were going to sell tickets anyway, right? Apparently every time it happens, it's sold out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're like, well, we're not worried about that pay-per-view, wouldn't you want to sell more tickets for Elimination Chamber?
I mean, you probably would.
Why not put a massive draw of a match on? Like, from a business point of view, wouldn't you put a match this big on a pay-per-view that you want people to attend? that maybe you won't sell all the tickets for. So you encourage people to buy the tickets.
I would.
That's what I don't get.
They're in Australia, which they never go to that often anyway, especially for a pay-per-view. So it would be similar to when they came over to the UK. They're like, it's going to sell out, but to have The Rock there as well.
So they're suggesting The Rock's quite big down under.
Hey.
Yeah. So I wouldn't mind it at Mania. No, I wouldn't mind it at Mania. I wouldn't mind it at Chamber either. I think WWE have caused themselves. It's not the worst problem to have, but they have caused themselves a bit of a problem.
We've got so many stars.
Oh, this is too much star power. It's like
such a boom.
Oh, no other company knows what this feels like. Oh. I
shot there.
No, I wasn't a shot at anyone in particular. You look at AEW and Impact and all the other ones. It's like this is like a ton of like huge names.
TNA now.
Do you know what I mean? Sorry, TNA. But it's like WWE have got like a plethora of huge names. Do you know what I mean?
Nice word.
Like there's a lot of talent in a lot of companies.
A
lot of talent in a lot of companies.
Are you Cody
right?
Rhodes? Let me see them red bottom shoes.
There's
You'll be best man at whose wedding? What are you stopping?
I'm wearing socks, man. I've got no shoes. But yeah, so it's no slight on the other companies. They've got a plethora of talent and they've got some big names. But like WWE seems to have this problem that's unique to WWE in the sense of like there's just tons of big names at the minute. All massive names. Yeah. So like everyone's got the favorites. Everybody goes.
Everybody wants everyone to be the champ.
But this is the trouble. It's like, oh, Rollins, and CM Punk definitely needs to be the champ, and The Rock needs to be at Mania, and we also still want Cody to finish the story, and Randy Orton's back, and you're like, all right, calm down.
Yeah. Don't get Gunther. He's ready for the world title now.
Just sit down, take a breath, have a think. What do you want? And this feels like that. This just feels like that scene in The Notebook. When she's like, it's not that easy. He's like, what do you want? Because the fans don't even fucking know what they want anymore. Right? And for me...
The Notebook?
I personally... I hate The Notebook. I'll moan about it whenever I can.
Can quote it. Hated that.
Because, look, don't... Like,
anyway.
It's just... I'm not getting into it. It's a shit... It's a shit film. It's a shit film, right? And everyone's like, oh, it's so romantic. It's not. It's about an indecisive, selfish person. Anyway.
Speaking of indecisive... So it seems like we're going towards Rock and Roll.
What are we talking about? Oh yeah, so I get why it's a WrestleMania worthy match, but and this might sound strange coming from me, I do kind of feel sorry for Cody. I feel like he's kind of getting slowly pushed back. It's like, you don't need Mania, do you? It's just a name, isn't it, Cody? You don't need to main event Mania. And I feel like they should go, you know what, let him finish the fucking story. I don't like, however you do it, let him finish the fucking story.
Should have finished the fucking story last year.
He should have, and I said that at the time, and now look where we are. They could have gone into Punk Cody, who's still the champ, or whatever you want to do, because he's probably going to go against Rollins. So you could have done Cody Randy, which would have made a lot of fucking sense for the title. Roman would have lost the title last fucking year, so he could have just had a match with The Rock, which doesn't need a fucking belt anyway. Everyone would have been happy. But no, instead they go, actually, we're going to have Roman win. It's your own fucking fault. Yeah. Anyway.
Clearly, Anthony doesn't really care that much about this. He's quite blasé.
I want the matches. I just don't care where they are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I will be totally happy if they go Rock Roman Elimination Chamber, and then we still finish the story at Mania. As long as these matches get to happen. And it's not... Because if everyone's aiming for Mania, then that's the problem, isn't
Would you be happy, though, if it was Rock and Roman and Cody Orton? And Punk Rollins?
Yeah. I mean, Cody Orton makes a ton of sense to me. Punk Rollins makes a ton of sense to me. Like, the only trouble you've got with Punk is if he decides that his main event isn't the main event and then gets a cob on. Like, you never know. Yeah. Like, he's quite fickle about that.
He is.
But they all make the most sense, don't they? They've built the story with Cody. No, they built the story with Rollins and Punk. You've got the history with Orton and Cody. And then you've got the whole bloodline thing, which has just been established for the last, 3 fucking years. It all just makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I don't care when they happen. We just need these matches to happen.
Agreed. But yeah, Rock and Roman is like, you can't make a bigger marquee match right now.
Rock 'em, sock 'em.
Needs to happen. But so does Cody. So we will see.
Yeah. What does Heyman do? Anyway.
Speaking of things that...
Okay, look, I'm going to breeze past this one because I think it's some BS, but I also didn't think Cody was leaving, so what do I know, right?
Being wrong
but
before.
Basically, Mr. Khan was asked about MJF.
Which one, Nick?
Tony.
T-Dog.
No. Was it? I want to say at the media scrum, he was asked about MJF, and he sort of he did that thing where to me, it's like super obvious that he's pretending. Like, and he's like, oh, we really enjoyed working with MJF, and we hope that he can work with AEW in the future. And it's like, we get it. You took him off the roster page, and you're pretending like he's not there. And he didn't actually renew his contract. That's still up in January. And there's all this heavy suggestion that he's going to leave. But I feel like it's just a story, and I'm fine with it being a story. I just feel like at this point, it's like it doesn't there's not it's not very convincing that he's going.
Yeah.
It was more convincing last time when he went on a fucking rant and called him a mark and stormed out.
Well, yeah.
That was more convincing. Right now, it just feels like I'm on good terms with the company, but I'm still gonna go.
Yeah, one thing which I think I'm like 99%. You can never say 100%.
You can never say never, because I'll be surprised.
One thing I'm 99% sure of is we're not seeing him at the Rumble. People seem to think he's now just going to rock up straight away at the Rumble because he's done with AEW. Supposedly his contract's gone, and it's like, well, and imagine if we're all getting work and his shoulder isn't really fucked up and he's actually like that. I would be like you with Cody at WrestleMania, to be honest, because I can't see it happening. No way.
Here's the thing, though. Let's say he surprises everyone, and that's exactly what happens. He rocks up at the Rumble. And he did sign with WWE, and he did leave, admittedly, on good terms with AEW. What happens then?
MJF Punk.
So he's not going to win the Rumble, right? No one's going to want him to win the Rumble. They want someone else to win the Rumble. You got a load of shit going on. So what does MJF do? You could have him go after Punk, but Punk's going to have to win the title at Mania first. So he rocks up at the Rumble, doesn't win probably, right? Because you don't want to throw him right in the main event scene because that's busy enough as it is.
Yeah.
And then what do you flounder until after Mania? What's the plan?
Probably.
Like,
I mean,
I don't know. It just feel again that would just be another massive star, and you go, we've got so many stars.
It worked out all right for AJ, didn't it? AJ came in as a surprise, didn't win the Rumble, and he was still like, holy shit, we got AJ. So I don't think it's like.
I think I get that, but I think the difference with AJ is he went on to become a main event star. But I don't think people out the gate were going, he should be main eventing, and I feel like the audience is kind of like that right now with MJF.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He just wouldn't be able to, would he? Let's be honest. But I can't see it happen anyway.
No, I think he's. I mean, this would be an insanely big loss for AEW.
Yeah. One thing I want to do this year's Royal Rumble, right? And we'll talk about this when we cover the
drinking game again.
You can get our drinking game. Drink away. No, I don't want to feed into the hype because you remember last year we were like Rock's coming out, and the way they set it up made it feel because the Rumble didn't go on last. So you were like, they're saving it because there's going to be fucking The Rock's coming out to confront Roman. And it never happened. And we were like, I was expecting The Rock. But when you watch it back, it was the best pay-per-view of the year still. Yeah, we kind of left it a bit like...
Yeah, I agree because we decided something. Yeah, you're right.
So we need to not do this. I don't think he's showing up. And if he does, I'll be pleasantly surprised. But he's not. So there you go. Speaking of people who may or may not be showing up, this is just fucking ridiculous. I put it in for the Sasha Banks stands and for the Mercedes Moné marks. See how alliteration?
I like it, yeah.
So, depending on which website you read at any point during the day, you're going to get a different fucking answer on this, right? Ringside News and the like are saying, oh, it's basically there's a higher up in WWE that has said. You're checking it right now, aren't you?
I'm just going to see what the current stance is.
We're going for the live stance on the Mercedes Moné.
Here's how my my internet works. Okay. I've typed in Mercedes Moné, and the main hit I've got is Drew McIntyre deal.
Yeah, okay.
They don't even look alike.
Algorithms working great. But no, right? So we had Ringside News speaking to a creative senior member of creative, tenured, whatever the fuck they say all the time that's made up, right? Yeah. Saying that they are confident, WWE are confident that they're going to get Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks back ASAP. Uncle Dave, she's debuting in AEW imminently.
Yeah. Well, according to Ringside News as of 21 hours ago, Moné has already signed with AEW. Oh, suspicions that she hasn't.
Right, so they'll be quoting Dave, I reckon, probably. So,
and we know Dave, changes. Mr. Reliable.
It changes.
I think if they don't have Mercedes Moné, right, appear at Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
Moné in the bank. Sasha Banks, right? They've missed out.
I mean, to be
just
fair.
For the puns alone.
Yeah, it's all about the puns. Well, it's just one of these at this point. There was reports saying that they had discussions, WWE, with Sasha or Mercedes or whatever we want to call it, and they were very far apart on money. She wanted more than what Charlotte had just signed her deal for. So it was like, you stop negotiations. It's then been reported by Dave that AEW have given her the money she wants, which is apparently $5 million a year. So she's $25 million for 5 years.
Okay.
So that's the latest stance on it. But
I love. It's such a weird world. Like, she should definitely get the money that she thinks she deserves. But you know, when you get to a point in life when you're arguing over how many millions a year, it's just a different fucking world. Problem, it's a different fucking world. But I feel like when they always say discussions, it makes me laugh because it's like, you want to come back? And like, nah.
Yeah.
Okay. We have discussions. She's just writing zeros until they go, whoa.
Yeah. I remember people were kind of saying Trinity was like hard done by because there was rumors that she was going to go back to WWE and Trinity was still in Impact. And it was like, well, it's because of Sasha, really. Why they fucking, left.
Storm out together. And she's like, actually, I'm going to go.
But apparently Trinity's going to WWE now as well. So it'd be interesting if Trin goes back to WWE and Mercedes goes to AEW.
Like, I get Trin's connection to WWE, but at the same time, you go, well, I don't know. I mean, this is where you do put money over loyalty. You got to look after yourself as well sometimes. But you go, well, TNA have like really made it a big deal, treated her like a big deal, like she should have been, and WWE never let her get over.
No.
And I'm sorry, like when people go, oh, it's not WWE's fault to give her opportunities. No, they didn't. They made her do a fucking dance off or a sing off or whatever the fuck. Was it karaoke they did one time?
Yeah,
they did a dance off as well.
The worst thing.
Or just let her shine as a star. They even fucking remember when it was like it became like a trend, didn't it, on Twitter, X now, that it was like justice for, no, was it justice for? But she ended up trending on Twitter because of how badly she was being booked, and you're like, come on.
It set all the progress for women's wrestling back like a fucking decade. You know what I mean? Like it was just, now we're gonna have them do a fucking karaoke.
It went as far back as Jillian Hall having a growth on her face because that'll be funny.
Yeah. So no one knows. It changes every day. Changes on a dime. Sasha Banks or Mercedes Varnado, let's call her her name.
Unless
she's rocking up somewhere at some point.
Rock up at Impact as like Mercedes Banks.
TNA. Yeah, maybe.
Just to mess with everyone.
Maybe. So yeah, bit of a non-news story, but it's fucking like what can we add to this? Literally, no one else knows. So it's at the point.
Do you not have any sources in AEW you might be able to confirm?
I left a bottle of ketchup there.
Okay. Well, no A1.
No. Steak sauce sucks.
Steak sauce.
So yeah, we will see.
Okay. So Carl, another brief one, because it's one of them not similar to the whole Sasha Banks thing, but it makes you go, well, what is actually happening? So the talk is on WWE working with all the Japanese promotions, and notably the AJPW relationship, and basically the current stance is, well, let's wait and see how it goes. So it seems like they might be dipping a toe in the water, but there's no confirmation of a solid relationship there yet, and no one's reporting on it being any sort of solid relationship there. But everyone's been expecting them to sort of crack the whole Japan side of things, especially with obviously Kairi Sane successfully went over for a while. Yeah. I don't know if she was under contract with WWE the whole time, but they were more than accommodating with that. I know the idea was obviously to introduce NXT Japan, which would have been an absolutely fucking bad idea given how many really well-established promotions there are already in Japan. But like basically not much to report yet, but it seems like maybe this might happen.
Yeah, cool. Well, they sent Regal's son over, didn't they? So Charlie Dempsey's gone over to...
Yeah, sorry, so Dempsey, again, it was a successful sort of working relationship, and that was AJPW.
Yeah, All Japan.
So that is sort of like been the inkling that, well, there's... That went well, and maybe we could have a decent relationship there.
Yeah. I think they're talking about maybe getting into Stardom now and stuff. I think they want to get in with New Japan, but obviously they've just got a new president now of New Japan, so they're like, "Oh, can we get in, like, and scupper the waters for AEW?" But obviously they've got a pretty kind of watertight deal with them, so who knows?
Interesting. They have a New Japan now.
New Japan. So someone we might see rocking up at the Royal Rumble potentially is Andrade El Idolo, or Andrade Cien Almas, as he was known in WWE, because Andrade has finished up with the company. He's posted on Twitter his thanks to Tony, to a select number of people that he worked with for his time there.
Just left his father-in-law there.
Basically, yeah.
Nice.
But he's gone there for his wife, who's now basically off for like 9 months with a knee injury. So yeah, he may end up rocking up over there, and there's already rumours linking him back up with Zelina Vega. So I don't know how this all works. Like, it's bad, isn't it? It's like, oh, he's going to go over there. He'll link back up with Zelina. Maybe he'll join the LWO. It's like,
I mean, that
fuck's sake.
this is where I worry about you look how far WWE has come with things, and then like right now at this point in time with wrestling, it seems to be just anyone like who joins with any sort of like Spanish or Mexican descent. It's like, well, let's go with LWO.
Yeah. Like
Carlito's back, let's put him in the LWO.
It's like the fucking Mexicals to be riding on lawnmowers against him.
I know we got Legado del Fantasma and they're a great faction and they were great in NXT, but what if we make them LWO? What if we put Ray in charge? And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. We got Carlito now. Yeah, put Carlito in there. Andrade, fuck yeah, let's do it.
It's like, not everything has to be LWO.
No.
Anyway.
So I hope they don't do that, is my point.
Yeah, he's a talented dude. And he could do well. I think he was doing really well in WWE. It kind of petered out after the pandemic stuff. But he was holding it down in the pandemic, if you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, people don't come at me for this, right? I think I made it obvious before my feelings on Shinsuke. I think he's fucking lazy and doesn't deserve to be anywhere near
every time he gets in the ring, he kind of lies down, doesn't he?
Right? He's not worked on his English. He's not worked on his character. He's not done fucking anything since he's come over. And he's just been in a main event feud, hasn't he? So
his theme music's boss, don't it?
It is. Well, what is it still the same now? Will they change it again?
I know. So. I hate it when they put lyrics in it. I'll be honest, but
yeah. But so I think we could see hopefully Andrade doing something good there. He's actually worked on his character quite a bit, and progressed, and doing decent promos and that as well. So I hope it works out for him. To be fair,
it's just a shame CJ Perry seems to just be scaring people off and making them leave. Like, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, weird.
So calm. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of moaning, right? Because I'm a pessimistic guy, as you know. But WWE recently filed a new trademark for the Final Testament, which would suggest that this may be the name of a faction that recently debuted, but debuted with all people who used to be or are currently in WWE. So we had the Authors of Pain, Paul Ellering, Scarlett Bordeaux, but with different hair in case you didn't recognize her, or whichever, and Carry On Cross.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to be pessimistic guy. I don't want to be Mr. Negative here, but
he's gonna.
I don't like it. I don't like him. Not doing it for me.
Not working.
They could.
Sorry, literally being there. It's not working.
They could turn the whole thing around, but they debuted them, and I was a bit like,
yeah. No, I get you.
Like, I don't know what's missing or what's happened, and I genuinely am starting. I know we joked about it before. I'm genuinely starting to believe it's the hair.
It is the hair.
Like, something's made it a lot less.
It's the opposite of something.
In NXT, it was like build up, and you're like, this dude's gonna just fucking murder everyone. This is awesome, right? And then for some reason, no matter how they keep debuting him on the main roster, you're just like, And I think some of it might be the fact that they don't let any time pass, really. And you like, I'm still sat there, right, going, yeah, he's got the Authors of Pain now, and he's acting all Mr. Tough Guy, but Rey Mysterio beat his ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard when he's never been dominant on the main roster, so how am I meant to take him
seriously? That's so weird. He has been a glorified jobber, hasn't he? Like, his second run, he's lost to fucking everyone. The most menacing thing he did was splash water.
I forgot about that. I can't believe you just reminded me.
You know what I mean? That's the most menacing thing he's done. I'm going to throw water at you, Drew. So it's like, okay. Yeah. So he's failed again. So this is the last chance saloon. I've said it on the Wrap Roundup before.
But this is the trouble, though, when you go like, okay, so what you've done with a guy who should be an intimidating character, you've now gone, well, let's put him in a faction, the leader of a faction. So basically what he's done is he's ran off and told his bigger mates that everyone's picking on him. And he's rocked up with his bigger mates and gone, what are you going to do now? Like, how's that the leader of a faction? It just feels like it's part of the whole story of him being a jobber, that he's like, you beat me up now.
Yeah. And the whole thing feels
like
weird.
The Authors of Pain are going to beat him up.
Yeah, the whole thing feels weird because you've got Scarlett, who's like the manager, but then you've just got Paul Ellering now there. So who's the manager? Like, so you've got two of them. Then you've obviously, as you said, you've got guys who could kick Carrion's ass, and he's like in charge of them. And he's
I give it 2 weeks before they turn him.
A stupid ponytail, and it's just like, but we've never seen Carrion as leader of a faction before, so at least it's something new. So let's just see how it goes. But
I'm willing to be proven wrong. It's just right now I'm like, and I think it is because they haven't let time pass. I don't know, you don't want to hide him away forever, but like I still remember his other main roster like situations with Drew and Ray. So you go, well, it's hard to look at this now and go, ooh, scary.
Yeah. We'll see. And the fact they've taken out the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley when they're kind of heels anyway.
And also, it's like, yeah, we preferred the hair business. I know you're trying to do a thing, but you've kind of just ruined the Street Profits. Yeah, you got some Lashley and my Street Profits. I don't like this.
Yeah,
like,
doesn't work.
Just bring the hair business back and leave the Street Profits alone. I'm. It's quite surprising from me because I weren't a big fan of the Street Profits, but like their old gimmick was better. This is fucking boring now.
Yeah,
anyway,
I agree.
Sorry,
I agree wholeheartedly. But you know what, Dawkins?
This isn't news. This is opinion.
I like Dawkins. Dawkins is doing much better, and Tez is just
Tez is loving life with his reality shows, his wife and stuff.
Which takes us to the final one, and this has come out of left field, hasn't it? So
no way. So like Logan Paul's got something to do with it. Look, I don't know. They're not all going to be winners, Carl. But I'm going to make jokes.
So the Sports Business Journal, that well-respected and well-known publication.
Yes, I know the one.
Predicts that Amazon
talk about sports business.
Amazon is set to land the TV rights for WWE RAW.
Interesting.
Now, this would be very, very fucking interesting because it'd be the first time ever that Raw has not been on cable TV and will be on a streaming service.
I wonder though. That'll just be for the States, I imagine.
I don't know.
Because they're already on BT over here, aren't they? And they're not renegotiating anytime
TNT,
soon.
which is confusing.
Well, TNT Sports is
to TNT.
BT are TNT Sports, aren't they?
Yeah, so
it's all part of the same
rebranded.
But that deal was quite long term, wasn't it?
I believe so. The whole thing's a bit of a mess. So NXT have signed a deal with the CW over in the States, but we can now watch NXT on WWE Network because they've been dropped by TNT over here. So NXT you can now watch on the network in the UK. So it's all over the place, right? So you could be right. This might just be a US only thing. But how mad would that be if we just get Raw on Prime?
I know, right? But it's Amazon, so you know it's going to be one of the annoying things. It's like, have you got Prime? Well, with this extra bolt-on, you'll be able to watch Raw.
They've done that now, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like, oh, now we're going to get a load of ads. Like, because we're not paying enough.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I subscribed to Now TV the other day. So I'm now paying for Disney Plus, Netflix, Prime, Now TV,
Paramount,
Apple TV. Did I say that?
No, you didn't.
I'm paying for Paramount. I am. 6. 6.
I love it. It's fucking ridiculous.
And Virgin Media.
I went as far as like I did Disney, got Prime, had Now TV anyway. Right, that was like part of me TV deal or whatever. There's another one in there somewhere.
Netflix.
But the point, no, I've done Netflix, Prime, and Disney, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they brought
Netflix,
out
Prime, Disney, Now TV,
and Now TV, yeah. And then they brought out Paramount, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I don't know if it works differently in the States, but you go onto Amazon now, and you go, you've got Prime. Here's all the stuff that's free to you, and you go, well, that belongs to Lionsgate, and you have to subscribe to Lionsgate. Yeah, and this is Paramount, so you have to subscribe to Paramount separately. And I'm like, well, go fuck yourselves.
I basically signed up to Paramount because I wanted to watch the South Park special.
Yeah. And I didn't.
And I signed up to Now TV because I wanted to show me some of the original Spider-Man trilogy to get him interested in that. The Tobey Maguire ones.
Yeah, because they won't put it on Disney yet, even though there's kind of some sort of deal going on.
Yeah. So, frustrating. But I've got Prime.
Yeah.
But I've got everything else.
Basically, Carl's got it covered. No matter where WWE goes, he will find them.
Bring it on, bitches. I'm watching it no matter what. And I'll probably still stream it on Watch Wrestling. I could, of course. But, yeah, so I think that would be a big, interesting scenario.
Indeed.
It'll be the first time they won't be on like terrestrial TV over in the States, so exciting stuff. But yeah, another fun-filled show. That be the news. Let us know what you think. Do the usual, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us to fuck ourselves and
call us incredibly white. I think was the comment.
Incredibly white. Hopefully, we're not as white. We're playing around with new cameras and settings stuff all the time.
And lighting.
And if you listen to this,
the makeup team have been just phenomenal this time.
Well, exactly, yeah. I love how they really got all these acne scars right there. I'm smooth skinned. I just do this for you. But yeah, if you listen,
like a maverick with contouring, like wherever I fucking want.
But if you already listen to us, then you already know we're like liquid butter in your ears. Anyway,
that is true.
That's thanks to this Blue Yeti microphone.
Soothing
Pay us for the Blue
baritone.
Yeti because I've just put you over.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're trying new cameras now as well. Nice new Sony camera. So let us know what you think.
This is so Cody name dropping.
Yeah.
Here, do you want my Rolex?
Red bottom shoes. I mean, you're the one with your watch.
Sorry, I just want to clarify that it's not a Rolex, but
it's a Casio. Players Trans Automobiles.
It says Rolex.
But yeah, so we will catch you on the next one.